Talthum the Many-Winded, Omnidraekan entry. Talthum the Many-Winded was a legendary Vitral Alban figure of the Second Era, remembered as the Wandering Sheik, who led one of the largest and most remarkable migrations of the Vitral diaspora. The journey. After the fall of Faradid and the scattering of the Vitral people, Talthum, a respected elder and spiritual leader, undertook a monumental overland journey from the lower continent all the way to the upper continent. He began with only a small group, but as word of his passage spread, more and more people joined him. By the time he reached the connecting lands and moved north, his procession had grown into a massive, slow-moving caravan of hundreds, possibly thousands, of Vitral exiles, refugees, and wanderers. The group became known as Talthum's March, or the Many-Winded Procession. Character and leadership. Talthum was a quiet, almost solemn man most of the time. He rarely spoke at length, but when he did, his words carried weight and warmth. He was deeply gregarious in private moments and had a natural gift for making people feel seen and valued. He gave freely of what he carried. Along the entire route, he distributed gifts, food, tools, protective charms, and especially moonstone. The moonstone he gave away during this march is believed to account for a large percentage of the surviving moonstone that still existed in the Third Era and beyond. Many of the finest moonstone relics and heirlooms still held by Alban families in later centuries trace their origin back to Talthum's generosity. Economic and social impact. The sheer size of the procession had a noticeable effect on every region it passed through. When the group stopped in towns or near settlements, sometimes for days at a time, local economies would surge. Merchants, inns, blacksmiths, and farmers saw sudden spikes in trade. Some towns prepared in advance, knowing the Many-Winded were coming. Others were caught off guard and briefly overwhelmed. While this brought prosperity to many communities, it also created tension. Some local lords and merchants grew wary of the large, well-organized group of exiles moving through their lands. Others welcomed them, seeing Talthum's people as a source of rare goods, particularly moonstone and skilled labor. The mysterious disappearance. No one ever learned what Talthum's ultimate destination or purpose truly was. He never revealed it, even to his closest companions. One morning, the procession awoke and looked inside his tent, and he was simply gone. There was no sign of struggle, no note, no indication of where he had gone or why. The massive caravan that had followed him for so long was left without its guiding presence. Some say he simply walked into the wilderness alone. Others believe he achieved whatever goal he had been moving toward and chose to vanish. Whatever the truth, Talthum the Many-Winded disappeared as quietly and mysteriously as he had lived. Legacy. Talthum became a folk hero among the scattered Vitral and, later, among many Alban communities. He is remembered as a symbol of resilience, quiet dignity, and generosity in the face of exile. Stories of his march and his sudden, unexplained disappearance were passed down for generations, often told around fires as an example of how even a broken people could still bring light and prosperity to others, and how some journeys end in mystery rather than resolution. To this day, many Alban families still speak of Talthum's moonstone with reverence, and some of the oldest moonstone artifacts in existence are believed to have come from the gifts he distributed along his long journey.